Yes.哦，breast milk 是人奶 ，bottle milk 是breast milk is actually the maternal milk。Bottle milk are those that we use at the milk formula，那小孩子喝的那种罐装的那种啊。结束一个屁，还不小心按了没有？然后我又在开会。没有可能哦，那有事情是他因为刚才他是 co-host 他有这个 end meeting 的权利的，他应该按错了。所以我要提醒你要跟你讲这事情啊，先做好先，我一说要讨论哦。完了 ，OK，文通好了。Okay, then we wait for a while. Okay, we wait for another the guy, the online guy for a while. Okay, done 啦。OK，来，我们来讨论一下。So let's discuss 哦。All right, let's see number 36. So how does the thickness of endometrium is maintained throughout the pregnancy? So along the way, after the fertilizations, your progesterone will keep on produced by your placenta. Okay, no, corpus luteum, sorry. Okay, after the fertilizations. So once the placenta is formed, the placenta will continue to secrete the progesterone along with estrogen to maintain the thickness of the wall, because after it formed placenta, corpus luteum will die away. Okay, so that's why now the dot has been passed to placenta. Okay, so that's why they need the progesterone and estrogen, because they want to make sure that the thickness of endometrium will keep on maintained. Okay, so that's why some pregnant women, the doctors will give them the supplement of these two hormones. Okay, when their ovary doesn't have we call consistent thickness of this endometrium. Now, 37. Why does the people suffering from diabetes, they are advised to eat their carbohydrate in the form of starch rather than sugar? Because normally the diabetic person, they don't have enough insulin. Okay, now starch is a polysaccharide that require a longer time to be hydrolyzed into glucose molecule compared to sugar. Our body allows us to digest starch, but starch is a long chain fiber. They need a very long chain sugar. So to break down into glucose, they need a longer time. Okay, so but sugar still be absorbed, and sugar is absorbed easily by small intestines. That's why when you take in starch, the blood glucose level will not fluctuate drastically after a meal, because they need a longer time. So it means that most of the starch are not yet digested into glucose when they reach the small intestines. Okay? Okay. Now, next one. So what makes the sorry, this one you need copy down. This one. So what makes the cheetah the fastest runner in the world? Because first, the head is small, and which is very light. Then it has a deep chest. You see the what you call that, the composition in their chest are actually quite broad compared to their size. Okay, so they are able to expand the lung and take in more oxygen during the chase. And it has a streamlined body, which will reduce the air resistance. And it has a long tail to do the balance check when cheetah is at top speed. Like cat, okay, cat's tail also use it for, you see, when cat move faster, you will find out that the tail will start to raise up. This is to do the balancing. Okay, and then it has a flexible vertebrae column, which allow it to have a longer stride when running, as it can space the leg much more further apart and enable it to strengthen the back and stretch forelimb and hind limb to a full stretch. Okay, means that the front limb and the back limb can be opened up more. So when open up more means that per step it can move bigger. It can have a bigger step. Okay, and it has a small paw, which are light and easily controlled. Okay, because small paw means that the area that touching the soil, the ground, is smaller. So it will able to hidden itself before when it go near, before it start to speed up. It has a small mouth, which provide more space, more oxygen to enter the mouth quickly. Okay, and cheetah has a very strong muscle at the hind limb for contraction and relaxation for the forward thrust. And it has an oversized, powerful heart that able to pump huge amount of blood, and it has an extra long eye for white. Means that the eye is a bit slanted but long, white. So it has a wide focus, wide and focus area of vision area. Okay, so that it can view the surrounding even at top speed. Okay, so like this cheetah, they are not dangerous when they start to run. But if they start to run, then sorry, because the way cheetah hunt is they will bite straight away the most little place, and then use the impact during the momentum, during the running, they will gather the momentum and force you down. Okay, this makes cheetah a very formidable hunter in this Africa, all this area. Okay, I guess you need to jot down this. Then let me know. After paw 是那个脚，它的那个脚掌，猫类的、狗类的 ，OK， 它的脚那个脚掌 ，OK，your is paw is actually a tapak kaki for those animals. Sorry, only for those animal which has a meaty or muscle, a thick muscle at the lower part. Normally for cat, dog, yes, dog is paw as well, I think. And then tiger, the we call this as what the cat species, like cheetah, jaguar, all this. Dog, I'm not so sure because dog, I don't think it's called paw as well. It's paw as well, because it's also had the padding of this muscle at the bottom. So I think it's called paw as well. Like the elephant, them all we are not considered paw anymore, I think. Okay, now next. Now, what happened to the ecosystem if, let's say, all the decaying bacteria means that the bacteria that do the decay process and fungi die. So then the decomposition of that animal, plants, and the waste product does not occur. And this will increase the amount of organic waste. Okay? And natural cycle, like your carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, will be disrupted. So the carbon and nitrogen will remain on Earth. So your soil will become infertile. And at the same time, photosynthesis will not occur. Okay, because your carbon cycle didn't occur, So the carbon dioxide we will only keep on using out the carbon dioxide. Okay. And what are the advantage of this breast milk over buttermilk? So breast milk is actually the right concentration of nutrients for daily requirement, because it's through the maternal body to create the breast milk. Okay, so the nutrient is of course the most suitable formula for baby. Okay, and it's inexpensive and readily available, and they have antibodies and the correct, or we call the optimal temperature, which is the body temperature. And breast milk is automatically sterile and microorganism free, because it includes some of the antibody inside the milk as well. The milk itself. Okay, this is why normally nowadays I think nowadays they are quite familiar. They say if you all the doctors are actually encouraging breastfeeding instead of the milk formula. Okay. All right. Okay, so jot this now if you need, and then those who have done then you're allowed to dismiss. Okay.